Look, we young and we fly, don't act so surprised. We on the move and we working. We stay on our grind, Milwaukee gon' shine when we gon' move with a purpose. 414, you already know, on the way to the top and it ain't no stopping. We got the keys, we got the tea, reporting to you live with all the hot topics. 414, ay, be the Wolfpack, 25-8, we gonna get to the bag. We some youngers on a mission, and this is just the beginning. We on a whole nother level, and you know that we winning.
Monday, May. What is it? What is 24? It today? The 24th. I'm losing track. We almost
Long
out of
night.
school. No, we gonna get to you and your long night that you had.
Happy Monday,
We
everybody.
back, y'all. The Wolfpack back with another live episode Monday. We got a special guest.
Got my boy Greg Hamilton with Savage Custom.
Who on the buttons? We need to. Oh, look,
yeah.
Tom.
Oh, Tom.
He can't blame nobody.
He
today.
can't blame nobody. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So it's on me today.
Okay.
Okay, for sure. Happy Monday, everybody. How y'all doing today?
Ooh, it's Monday. It's Monday.
I'm good. I'm tired from the weekend though.
Yeah.
It was eventful. It was nice. So I feel like everybody tried to get out and
Dude, the
do
weather was
something.
nice. Well, it was nice for one day. You know, the Milwaukee weather.
Yeah.
Bipolar.
I feel like as long as it's warm though, like even yesterday,
It was
wasn't
like 78 degrees Saturday, and then yesterday it was like 50. Like,
Nigga, they said the weather supposed to be going down by the end of this week.
I'm just like, man.
tripping. You cutting it on and off. You don't know what the energy bill gonna look like at the end of the month. Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
But today,
I bought an AC unit on Friday,
Mhm.
like to put in my room because it gets so hot in there.
Mhm.
And I turned it on for a day, and like you said yesterday, I had to turn it off because it's raining all day. The sun ain't even come out. I'm in the room freezing.
I walked outside like, oh, I gotta
Hey,
change.
we might need quiet. Ask her how her night was.
how you
last
doing?
night.
What's going on? E, you all good?
I'm good. I had a very productive weekend. Went out to camp with my students.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Yep. And we take them out far, and just for that camp experience, and it was dope. Got a chance to get to know our young people, and then I had a good time last night. I just went out, hung out with some friends, had a couple of drinks, enjoyed myself. So.
It was
Okay.
needed. I think I let loose this weekend a little bit and just relaxed, chill, kicked it.
Yeah, man, I be hitting the mangoes, man.
He got his
That's
new
a
spot.
new spot. That's a new
I guess
spot.
that's the spot.
Y'all remember, when Dorian was off the pod a couple weeks ago for his birthday? He just came back. He been going out ever
He
since.
been using
You know
using
what
that
I'm saying?
ID. Okay.
Bro, y'all sent me to the liquor store. I done came back with a bottle.
We drinking on some.
Casamigos, like the Hispanic folks.
Oh Lord.
But,
Tequila.
but today our topic is defining success. I brought my guy in, Greg, because he's doing some great things out here in Milwaukee. You just want to tell us a little bit about what you got going on?
Not gonna lie, I got a little bit of everything going on. Working on the clothing brand.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Tell us a little bit more about that and how that came about. Because I know you was doing the shoes for the longest, man, and I know you've been a co-artist way before that. But what's like? I see you got your hands and everything. What's your process right now?
I'd say if I could put it in better terms, extremely busy as far as everything. Like I didn't think it was gonna be as big as it was when it first started,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
but yeah, it kind of got overwhelmed real fast. So I'm trying to dabble between both.
Yeah,
Figure
man.
out which one I can lean more toward.
I see you've been sorting through the messages. You starting to get those people that just ask you questions and stuff like that. Crazy questions, kind of knowing what you do, but they just want to ask you stuff, see if you're gonna respond. But I just want to ask you kind of like, when did you really feel like what you was doing was being accepted by like everybody? Like when kind of did you feel like you was like on a road to success of what you putting your time into?
I'd say probably as soon as it started, because like when I did my first shoe, it was from my homie Rob. Shout out Rob, and he wore them to school. Everybody like, oh snap, who did them?
Yes, man.
So as soon as that happened, how much you charge? And it just went on from there. After high school, it just blew up.
Oh yeah.
So
man.
you started off with custom shoe designs in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously your guys was the first ones, you know, to be like, bro, do this for me.
Yeah.
Or, like, I need some shoes done. So,
Yeah.
like, what was the process to even getting to that point? Like, did you just start off drawing and doing art like as a kid?
Yeah, I was always drawing. Like my mom would buy me sketchbooks all the time, and I just fill them up after, like one after the other. And then afterwards, I was trying to figure out like what's next. Like I can't just be sitting here drawing all day.
Yeah, like where is this gonna take me?
Yeah,
I feel that.
Right.
So shout out to moms for buying the sketchbooks.
Oh, most definitely. Shout out moms.
Moms were supporting you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little bit of your background? Like, are you born and raised in Milwaukee? So for those of our viewers who may not know who you are, could you tell us? Because I know I follow you on Facebook, but other than that, I'm super excited to like really get to know you and more about like
my cousin
who you are.
My cousin Sterling, he always mentioned you all the time. Like Sterling,
yeah. Shout out Sterling, man.
He was always talking about my boy with the shoes and all that stuff. So I heard about you, but I'm excited to hear like more about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty much born and raised in Milwaukee.
Oh yeah.
Ain't too much to it. I wasn't really no super interesting person. I was always low key. I'm more of an introvert.
Yeah, man.
What school did you go to?
WCLL.
Okay, nice.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's where.
You know, it's crazy, bro. I don't really be hearing too many people say that at school.
Yeah.
Bro. Like,
what?
No, for real.
It was a small
Where
school.
is it at? Is that on Capitol? No, that's not.
No, that's like downtown. More downtown.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But no, I definitely been following your journey for a minute, bro. Like a lot of people don't know, but Greg, like when I had the store, I had brought him in. Like I hit him up. I was like, man, like I damn near want you to help me with a mural or something. Like maybe we can collab and do something for like, you know, for the community, bro. To start like put our minds together and do a mural. Bro, he did it. Like, you know, most people like, yeah, I want to be commissioned for it or anything. He was like willing. Like he took the sacrifice just to help. You know what I'm saying? So like definitely. I feel like that was like very solid for him to do and stuff like that. So I do appreciate you for that. I know I be seeing everybody hit you up and stuff. So, but I just want to talk more about like some things that have like on our journeys to getting where we got. Like, what have been some things that have like shifted into your success? Like, you wasn't always who you are. Like, I know it's been like some stuff that kind of like may have discouraged you on the way coming up. So like what did it take to like for you to push through? Like, can you like elaborate on those moments?
I'd say I was always like a strong-minded person, so I really wouldn't down talk myself because I know you can be your worst enemy.
Yeah, for sure.
So when it came down to it, it's either you do it or you don't. And if you don't do it, only thing you're gonna get out of it is the regret of not doing it. So you might as well make it happen.
That's a word.
Yeah.
That's a word.
Oh, for real, bro.
I appreciate it.
And I kind of been at that point too, where it's just like where you can't be too much in your head. You kind of just gotta just like push through. I feel like that's a major part of success. It's like trying to like overlook like the adversity and the things that you're going through and like muscling through.
Yeah.
Like, have y'all had my fellow podcast members, have y'all had any defining moments that y'all feel like kind of help y'all shape a feeling of success? Because everybody, I feel like, although we all have the same dictionary definition of success, like I feel like we all see it in different ways, or we all come to that in different ways.
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead.
Just as I started to get older, I feel like everybody definition of success is different, and so everybody interest is different. You know, what you want your life to look like is different, and I think it's easy now to get caught up in like one cookie cutter way of like, or this is what success means, or like I gotta have a luxury type car, I gotta be living like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, your happiness determine your success to me. Like, what makes you happy? If you want to have 5 kids and 8 cats, and you know what I'm saying, and that's how you want to live, like if that's what success is for you, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I think like the judgment of success has changed in my mind, like as I got older. But for me, like I know that school isn't for everybody, but for me, I gotta go to school to do what I want to do in one area. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to make an impact in many different areas when I'm done with my life. Yeah, and that's one thing. And then outside of that, like I want my kids to be set up, you know what I'm saying, to where they don't have to go through what my parents went through or what I went through, or um like some of the avenues that other cultures and white people have. My kids, I want them to have them same avenues. So that's my level of success. It's real simple. Like,
You just want to be able to set up something for like, yo, for the generations after you.
I just want to leave a legacy.
Yes.
You know, I want to make an impact. Obviously in education, because that's where I feel strongly about like our black kids in our community and how I'm gonna make a change. So that, and then just like leaving a legacy for my bloodline and my family. So that's what measure my success. It's like real simple for me.
I can piggyback off what you said because my avenue, I'm in school too. So a lot of my success, I had to. At first, when I first started school, I thought I had to learn like your success in one avenue is not your overall success. So I had to realize that yes, I'm successful in school, but that's just not everything about me. You know, I have other avenues and other things that I want to pursue. So as I've been maturing and growing, I've been straying away from materialistic things as being successful and more of my passions or the difference or the impact that I'm making. So personally, my idea of success is my success helping others. It's not just me being successful, but if my success can help others, then I feel like that's the overall goal. Because I'm not just, it's just not me. It's everybody, my family, my friends, even strangers, people in the community. So I've been leading more of a collective success, if that makes sense for me, because financial literacy is something I'm really passionate about. So if I keep all the gems to myself, who am I benefiting? Nobody but me. So the more I share, the more gems that I show to everybody else, it's the more collective success. You know what I'm saying? So that's where me personally, where I've been moving and grooving towards.
I feel that. I definitely measure my success by impact. And so you asked that question about like a defining moment. And I feel like I've had several throughout my lifetime, but the one that came like to mind right away when you asked that question was when I had my store a few years ago, which is now the Bronzeville Collective. In that space, I had people when they came in, whether they made a purchase or not, I would take a photo of them with a Polaroid camera, and I had that space for 30 days. So I had 30 days to make an impact in Milwaukee with the store that I had. It was a program called Pop Up Milwaukee. And by my goal was to also sell 300 shirts in 30 days. And with the support of Milwaukee, I like surpassed that way beyond 300 shirts. And I was able to see every single person who came into my store, strangers, people I never met before, people from the neighborhood, by taking those pictures. And at the end, all the pictures was hanging from the window. And that was like a defining moment for me because I realized the level of support that I had. And that it wasn't about like, just me and what I wanted to do with my brand. Like it overall had a huge impact on Milwaukee as a whole. And that kind of gave me the courage and the passion that I have now to keep connecting with as many people as possible all over the world beyond Milwaukee, and just kind of like spreading that message to make that overall impact, that collective impact that you mentioned.
Yeah, I can just attest to that too. Just because, like, I feel like my success, where my defining moment would be when I feel like people wanted to learn from me. Like when they was seeing what I was doing and they bought into it. Like that got to be one of the best feelings is when you starting to feel accepted by like your community and stuff like that. Because obviously we all have ideas, but like not everybody gonna buy into what you believe in or what you putting out there. So like I feel like when people hit me up like, hey man, how you do this or how you do that, or they just quick to support you or quick to they don't double back or ask no extra questions. They don't try to slight you or try to get no discount off what you doing. That's when I got to feeling successful. Like dang, like I made an idea, everybody messing with it. Like that was huge for me. Like I know as entrepreneurs or business owners, we always come across people like that feel like they deserve, you know what I'm saying, a discount or something like that, but they don't really see like everything, all the obstacles that we done overcame to get how far we are and stuff like that. I mean, can you attest to that? Because I mean, I feel like we all could.
Definitely. I definitely can. Every day somebody asks for a plug. But I say my definition of success would be just waking up in the morning and realize like I don't have to go to work, but I'm still gonna do it today.
Right.
Like I wouldn't say financially stable, but like if you feel that you are comfortable where you are, then I feel like that's success.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that is success. Like once you can feel like you can move on your time, or you can make those type of moves, like where you don't have to be in position to go to work every day and stuff like that, or it's like more optional than anything.
Yeah.
Was it a goal for you to work for yourself?
Oh yeah.
Like early, like I mean, like when you first start doing custom shoes, was that like this what I'm gonna do, or did you kind of just like started as like a hustle and then it kind of grew?
Yeah.
It started off as like a hustle with school.
Yeah,
But after school, I had to go work at the Goodwill, you know.
yeah,
So
for sure.
that was already time consuming. So when I
Mhm.
get to the crib, I ain't even got no time to do it. But I'm still do it. I'm gonna just miss out on sleep tonight and go to school in the morning.
Yeah.
When they fired me, I was like, I ain't got nothing but time now, so I
you
gotta
went
push
full
it.
fledged?
Yeah.
Okay. I love it.
And
so it happened for a reason. Goodwill got you up out of there so you can get to, you know what I'm saying, get into the
Sometimes God,
designs.
you know, He eliminates the distractions,
Yeah.
and it might not be how you want it to, but you know, maybe you God was like, nope, you need that more time to put in that hustle. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, man. You remember that?
Oh, ooh, y'all.
Shout out to my manager
Can I
too
just
for
do a little
firing me.
story time?
I'm coming back to buy it.
This was, I want to say, this is before Don Life was like a local brand. Like this is when it was just like the King thing. And can I say it? He had got fired from the Bucks, and I was at school in Little Rock at the time. So when I tell y'all the card I got, he was like
Devastation.
it was everything.
It was like
Everything.
that wasn't the defining moment,
but
that it was like, bro, I don't know. I feel like that's when I felt like I had to bank on myself.
And it was like, he was like, I don't got nothing. I'm like, you don't got nothing. You got Don Life. Like, this your time to go hard on it. Like, this all you got. So put all what you got into it. And I told you, I said, just wait. One day we're gonna be walking outside and you're gonna see it.
Yeah, shortly after that, like, because that's, I mean, in the moment, like, you losing like your main source of income, you thinking like, bro, like,
you're back against the wall.
Like, what I'm gonna do? But I feel like that's what we be needing. Like, that's I feel like that's how a lot of the success stories and stuff be happening and stuff like that. Like, it's when you feel like you don't got nowhere to go, you just start putting all your eggs into like what you got left. Like, okay, I'm finna put all my fuel into that, and then you will shoot up.
Because I didn't start my phone case business until I lost one of my jobs this past year, and I'm like, I got to do something. Like, I can't just be working, because you know, once you work for somebody, you fired or whatever, you lost or whatever, you ain't got nothing. I'm like, I need something to my name. And it was, luckily I had an obsession with phone cases. So I'm like, I don't see nobody doing this. You know, let me tap into that. And I tapped in, and
you need some extra.
Tell me a little bit more about your business too. I ain't even know. I'm sorry.
Oh, so I do customized phone cases, and I actually made this one today, and it says small progress is still progress. And I feel like that it kind of wraps into the show. Because like this popped in my head when I woke this morning. Like, sometimes when we want to be successful, you don't take the small step that you got to get where you at. You know, you don't give yourself credit, you don't give yourself grace. So I feel like a lot of us young people with social media and stuff, we see the nice cars and the vacations, but you don't take into account the small steps, the small wins that you get to make that big win. So I've been a little bit hard on myself, and I had to realize, like, you've been doing stuff, you know, little by little. You've been knocking stuff down little by little. Give yourself that grace. Give yourself that congratulations, that pat on the back. So I feel like even if it ain't where you want to be, if you're working towards it, that's the best part about it.
Oh yeah, I'm from number one customer. I want to get phone cases so much.
She told me I gotta upgrade my phone first. My phone too old to get a new.
No, you said that. I told you I would try to find some cases.
You get a special order for me. You know.
What you got? Yeah, what you got?
I got an iPhone 8. Not even a plus, just a normal.
Yeah, I thought, and the thing was, I thought you had a plus.
Oh,
so
see?
I put them in my order.
I keep my phones till they don't work no more.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? I'll go spend that money when I need a phone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
hit me up. I can get whatever you want. Pictures, quotes, all that.
Shameless plugs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It ain't nothing really wrong.
So Greg, for you, was it always like, was your dream always cut? Like, this is your dream, right?
I wouldn't say this is my dream. Drawing is just my dream.
Drawing,
this is what up the scale basically. So I'm trying to dibble and dabble in everything that involves art.
So this is just like your dream evolved. Then like you just started off with drawing, and then you just kind of like found other avenues to make money.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's important too, like on your journey to success and finding out, like, or them defining moments is when you evolve and you really figure out, like.
Did you think being open-minded helped you come to this? Because, some people like, no, that's not what I wanted to do, but it probably fell in your lap, and you having that open mind, you was like,
Yeah, I'm super open-minded. I honestly feel like everything happens for a reason. Like nothing happens by mistake.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I had Don Card, like his business. I don't even know if you still got business cards.
I still got some.
But I had his business card on my desk for like a year. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna hit bro up like after I get fully established how I wanted to. He ended up hitting me up. Now the thing is, I never even looked at this card because Sterling gave it to me. He just give me all type of stuff all the time. So he's like, hey, big bro, check out this card. Cousin. Yeah, shout out, bro, for real. And then like when he hit me up, we end up chopping it up about the paint on the wall. I get back to the house. I'm like, all right, I got way too many business cards on my desk. I'm just going ahead and go through these, and I'm gonna throw away the ones that I just know I'm not gonna use. Some of them from different cities, and I go through. I'm like, Don, like this whole time I had bro cards.
Hey man, and I feel, man, your network though, like the people that you connect with, I feel like that's crazy too. Like. Like, can we all attest to that? Like,
I got a quick question, real quick. I was wondering this. I looked on your page today, and I'm like, okay, like Greg, he really cold with this shit. Like,
appreciate it, bro.
So I know, you know what I'm saying. We got the Bucks here, we got the Brewers here. Like, have you had any crazy custom requests by anybody like that when you got that DM or that message? It was like, oh wow.
I would say I expected it, but at the same time, it was still unexpected because when Thon Maker, I had did his shoes. He actually asked for 4 pairs. So I'm like, oh, okay. So that was pretty much a shocker for me. Now I got a certain amount of time to knock this out for the next game.
I got a real assignment.
Yeah, like, I gotta get this done. Like this is getting serious now.
That's big, bro. I remember, and this to go back to the network thing. Like when I was working at the books, it's good that I had just left like some good impressions on people. Cause like one of the people that I had worked with, they had slipped one of my hoodies to DJ Wilson or whatever, and he ended up wearing it. It was on a book page.
It was on the NBA page,
and that was like, bro, it's like it's crazy. Like you really be needing other people to plug you in and stuff like that. So that's why.
And I can agree with the network because it's like. College, people think it's like all about the education, but college is really about the connections because there's so many people. Like you can make more connections than more than you learn at college.
You know how many white people go to college and don't finish, and they just meet people that help them make money.
The Facebook creators, like they met in college and didn't. I don't even know if they finished. I don't think they did, but just the people you meet at school because it's people all over the world.
They came up with a money plan.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't even need to go to college to get that. You know what I'm saying? The network can make your net worth. Like for real.
That's definitely one of the reasons why I wanted to go to college. I still be thinking about it like somehow.
And it's never too late.
If I could get into an HBCU, I would go there just to pop my shit. Like,
but you still can.
You would be surprised.
I'm not putting it off. Like I still think I want to do that.
It's never too late. Never
too
late.
Can we give like our viewers and like some of our, we got a demographic. Like people in their 20s, you know what I'm saying, or 30s on down. So let's give them some tips on like how do you reach your success point? Like what are some good habits you can create?
I feel like you got to be relentless. Like with the hustle. Like I remember at first it was just like when I very first started this, it was literally when people would place orders with me. But I feel like when I really started taking off is when I started like sacrificing more of my own money. Like and it was just like, okay, I'm gonna just start having my own stuff on hand because like you'll be surprised how many people would just hit you up in the spur of the moment because they see somebody else having your stuff on and they be like, you got some more? Like I hear that all the time. Like, bro, what you got on hand? What you got on hand? But like if you just waiting until people order from you, I feel like it's gonna take longer for you to take off. I feel like you gotta be optimistic, and you gotta like you said, you gotta be open minded. You gotta be ready for like constructive criticism, or just for people not to really even like your stuff. Because not everybody gonna, like I said, they not gonna like what you put out. Some people like whereas some people might like Greg Customs and be like, oh, bro, his shit fire, bro. Somebody else might be like, oh no, I don't like custom shoes. I just want regular all whites or something like that. So it's
Right.
like, you know, everybody not the same.
Some
So
people might not even not like your product, but they might not like you or your success. So you gotta be ready for the not to say the
Dang,
haters. but
Dang, Greg, you got niggas hating on you.
Hey,
Man, it's always been like that.
it's always
I feel like it be like that though
It
when
do.
you like
It
low
come
key
with
and introverted. Like,
it-
cause I'm like that too.
it
Like,
come with the territory.
a lot of people don't know me, but a lot of people know. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's like they know who you are, but they don't really know you. But I feel like that's a reason to hate on you.
Right, and then
You
it'd
know
be
what I'm
like
saying?
when they don't like you and you like this behind the scenes kind of person, like you really got to be hating and not like me because I don't
Yeah,
even be on the
like-
scene like
Yeah.
that.
I feel like they be hating because they can't figure you out.
Mhm.
Or they
Like,
trying to get
That's
they want to
facts.
get where
That's
you
it
at and they
right
can't.
there.
You know what I'm saying?
But what is there really to figure out?
'Cause
That's
it's
the
like, 'cause they
crazy
trying
part.
to
That's the
figure
weird
out-
part.
They trying to figure out how you got to your level of success or where you
so
are,
fat, you know.
or not even fast. How did you get there? And you don't have to do too much. Like
Mhm.
you just, you yourself and people.
But that's
gravitate
a
towards
false thing. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
Greg, he'll tell us like he struggled, he went through times where he
But people
had
don't know
doubt.
that.
But it's like, it's how you. I think what it is too is like when you walk a certain way, you got a certain confidence.
Mhm.
in
It's
life.
like I
You
feel
know
like
what I'm saying?
that's
You
true.
carry yourself a
That's
certain
true.
way. Like it's
Yeah.
hard for niggas to be.
Bro, it's like some people. It could be two people that walk in the room. Somebody got that it. Like somebody
that
got
it
the
factor.
bro.
You can have nothing in your pocket and walk, you know what I'm saying, and walk a certain type
Like
of
you
way,
got all
and
the
it's like
money
you
in your
got the
pocket.
juice. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like it's not
That's
really
facts.
about
It
having.
ain't on you, it's in you. So
Exactly.
Indeed.
So we know Greg. Y'all niggas out there hating on Greg.
Y'all
We
ain't
see
doing
y'all.
customs like my boy.
Oh, man.
But what about y'all? Do
Do we got haters?
Do y'all?
No, I know Imani probably got some haters. She big in the city.
Nah,
Everybody
I
got
mean,
haters.
so I took it personal for a long time. Like I really took it personal, especially when I was young, transitioning to adulthood, that end of high school, early college career. I was like, dang, why do I keep losing friends? Like I done had people block me on social media. Ain't nothing ever happened. Like we never got into it. They just completely blocked me, stopped talking to me, and things like that. And then like I'll get to a certain level and they'll hit me up like, oh, I seen your post or I seen your video, add me back on social media. And then it's just
They be
like
trying to link up. All
it's
of
like
a sudden.
right. Like we ain't caught up in a while. You trying to get together, go to lunch, get some drinks. And then but I used to take that personal. Like I used to be so like devastated when I would lose friendships or think it was me. Like for years I always thought it was me. But then I realized that it's so much deeper, and I had to stop allowing how people treated me to be a reflection of who I was, but a reflection of who they are, and that's just how they feel. You never know what other people are going through, and I had to really work hard not to take it personal. And I wouldn't necessarily call them haters, but people just don't know where to place you in their life when you live
Elevating,
when you live such a lot like a loud life. Like I'm not a loud person. I'm a very low key introverted person, but my life is loud. Like you gonna understand. You gonna see my message the moment I walk into a room. You gonna feel my energy. I'm building my confidence, so that's starting to intimidate people and make people uncomfortable. So I definitely agree and can resonate with a lot of what y'all saying. And I
100%.
love being an introvert. So extroverted people, like I did this program called Public Allies, and it was a bunch of young adults my age, and it was always the battle of the introverts and the extroverts. They just didn't understand like how introverted, quiet people can do dope stuff and be dope and make valid points without having to be the loudest person in the room.
Or
You
how
know
y'all
what I'm
can
saying?
always catch everybody's attention.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
I
how
feel like
y'all do that? And
Being
y'all
introverted, I feel like that's what it brings. Like that, like people when I feel like the loudest people though, like what they be saying, like the loudest people damn near be the weakest ones, because like you be knowing, like you damn near know everything about them or whatever. It be the introverts that be interesting because they pulling you in. They because like you don't know nothing about them, so you got this like suspense factor. Like what is she about? Like she out here cracking, living her life. She got it going on, but we don't see her forcing it, or we don't see her super loud. Like both of like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like success is very intimidating. I done went through those moments
Facts.
too, like where you would wonder like why, like damn, like I've been cool with bro damn near my whole life. All of a sudden he side eyeing me, looking at me weird and shit.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, what that's about? Like it just
Yeah, that's envious. That's another story.
man, jealousy.
We can
and
have a
envy.
we
That's
gotta
the-
we
that's
can
the
have a
next
whole
episode.
pod on that.
Right,
I was
that's a
gonna
whole
say
nother
Jealousy
episode.
we can have a whole
envies.
pod on that.
Indeed.
One tip I would say is don't let the lack of or the it being there of support determine your success. I've been learning since I started my business that you would think your fans and family would be the first one to support you, but it's not.
Tell them again.
It's not. It's not. And I'm learning that as I've been growing in my business. I have a few people, that's really supportive, like my mom, my boyfriend, my close family. But you would think all your family and friends would be like, let me get one. But some people be the ones like, that's too much, or can I get a discount? Or they might not even share
or don't
stuff.
even acknowledge that you're doing it at
yeah,
all.
you know what I'm saying? And
But they got
I got niggas that talk to me every day and hit me like on some NBA Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Or like commenting on a random post, but will not retweet the pod. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of you niggas out there. I see y'all, and it's okay. I don't care.
Or they'll see the podcast thing that you posted, and then they'll talk to you about it when they see you. Like, oh, I see you've been doing this podcast. Why you ain't liking or sharing?
Did you listen?
You'll be like, you did see it.
Or like, what you think about it? Oh, I ain't
and
listen.
Just scroll past it.
Like, you liked it, you seen it, but you ain't listened to it. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't even gotta type no letters. You could just press share, and it's gonna share what I posted already.
Right.
You ain't even gotta add your flavor.
All it takes is, and people think like support is like paying. Support can be free. You can share a post, like a post.
Hey, you can share the post and not watch the show.
Yes.
Because somebody that see your post might want to tune in. That's a viewer. I don't need you to view it directly. You know what I'm saying? That's just support.
I would just say like the lack of support doesn't determine your success. Because it's like with being an artist or being a music producer or anything that you want to do, business owner. It's some people can let that bring them down. That can discourage them. But one thing I would like to say is, if you don't got no support, if it's just you rocking your stuff, it's you just playing your stuff, you sharing your stuff, keep doing it. Like one day, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna work. It's gonna pay off.
Hey, the baby was wearing a pamper.
And then they gonna try to support you when you up. And then you got people, the Bucks rocking your stuff. They gonna hit you up, and they want to support. But
bro, that's what it takes.
Don't take it personal. Like you can't think it's you or you did something wrong. Because people go support if they want to support. It don't matter. It don't matter what you did. If somebody want to support you, whether it's your parents, your family, your friends, they gonna support you.
And I think too, like on the not taking it personal side, like real early, like we told you, this is our 10th episode. You know what I'm saying? So we not even far into it, but for us, I think it feel like it's been a minute. Like we've been working. We've been growing. We've been growing. Like we done had our struggles. Like we done had weeks where we ain't
like if you watch our first episode, like complete 360.
I'm keeping 100, Greg. You be tuning in though.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But it's like with the not taking their personal part, it's like, fam, like everybody probably don't listen to podcasts, or maybe they don't want to listen to what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? Or like you can't take that personal. Like I'm not doing this for one singular person. You know what I'm saying? Like it's to have an impact. So like if you don't lose sight of like what your goal is, like I think that's important too.
Yeah, like, and then with the support, if you just always gotta remember, they gonna wish they did when you own. Like people, you will have that lack of support, and then once you hit it, that one share will take you off. That one picture will take you off. People, it's gonna flood. The floodgates gonna open. So you just gotta stay focused and determined. Because if you really want to do something, the lack of support ain't gonna deter you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay head fast and focus on what you want to do. So that's my tip.
I was watching this TED talk before I came in here. I ain't gonna lie, and he was kind of saying like, "What y'all? It's crazy that y'all all and them there said what he said on the podcast." He said something like, "A lot of people get success mixed up like with monetary value, like, and it's not always about that. It's damn near is the impact that you leave and stuff like that." Because I swear, like at first, like when I very first started my stuff, when we was at King, bro. I had like 5 shirts. It damn near take me 3 weeks to sell all 5 of them. So, but it was like at some point, it was like, bro, fuck it. Like I ain't got nothing to wear today. I'm throwing this bitch up. And it was like once I threw it on, people like, bro, like
you gotta bet on yourself.
But then too, like when you were selling shirts at that point, like how good did that shit feel?
Bro, it felt great because I'm not gonna lie, it was some brands that was in King, but I feel like mine definitely was like
different.
I can't like
he had the glitter, like he had the his whole he had the Monopoly, like the OG, like down like and stuff like that. Like his whole logo, it was so different. Like
what my whole mindset was in that moment, I feel like that's like that kind of what got me with the doing 2 logo things now. Like if I want something on the front and the back, it's just like you go in most places and they whacking you for something that's like just on the front. You know what I'm saying? I was like, bro, I'm trying to give y'all something so cold that's front and backwards. Like it's just damn near going like I feel like it's better for your money, bro. And I feel like once people got hip to like, bro, like all of this for this price, bro, it felt good because they like. I think when I very first really felt successful was when somebody asked me, like, bro, I need you to make me a shirt for my birthday. Nigga, you know, somebody asked you for some shit on their
birthday.
They fuck with you, bro.
People be wearing your stuff on their birthday now. They jump with a Down Life hoodie, joggy, like. People be crispy, like they be dressing.
I know you done felt that, bro. Somebody hit you up for some shoes, like, bro, I need these shoes for my birthday, like, bro.
That's the top tier, like that's the top tier thing.
Definitely.
Like you on a vacation on your birthday, you ain't playing, like for real.
Yeah,
Like you wearing it for your birthday is like the greatest.
That's a
accomplishment.
compliment. Yeah,
good, bro. Like that's
because you planning your fit out like time ahead. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
you
they
coming
putting
in.
you
based on
in
what
it.
we created,
Right.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
you like, bro, I'm gonna drop down, like, or I'm gonna drop this, I'm gonna drop that. I'm like, bro, like, I feel like that was definitely like a defining moment for me. Like, I'm like, bro, I gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, bro, if they want to wear this shit on their birthday, bro, I gotta make suits. So
Yeah.
they can wear it.
Birthday theme definitely hit different. This guy one time asked me to make him a red naturally handsome shirt and glitter with his name on the back to go with his red suit for his birthday to go all out. And so at first, since he asked me to make him a custom shirt, so I'm like, oh, you want me to just like make you something, not my brand, just make you something for your birthday? Because people just be asking me to print shirts sometimes. No, like this man wanted naturally handsome logo on his shirt to rock and represent that for his birthday. And I was like,
But that,
all right.
that show you that your message, like he wanted to show niggas on his birthday. I'm naturally handsome. I want the logo right here, matching the suit I got on.
Yeah.
So y'all get the message.
And,
you know
and did a whole photo shoot, took pictures and everything. I was like, whoa, like that's love for real. Like,
Right.
that you really want to wear this on your special
I think
day.
a defining moment for me before I started my business was my school. That was a school. I put all my energy into school because I was on scholarship. So of course I'm gonna make sure I'm doing what I gotta do. And I had every time I was coming home, it was like people I ain't seen since high school, like people I ain't seen in years, or we on Facebook and stuff, and they'd be like, I see what you're doing, like I see you on your school stuff, and it was just like, dang, like
I ain't gonna lie, best friend. Let's talk about it, cause bro, I was like, I knew my best friend was smart. I ain't even gonna cap. But bro, she was making president's lists like back to back. I'm like, bro, I ain't. And then she in accounting, bro. I'm not good with numbers. The only math I'm good with is like probably counting some money. But bro, she just be going crazy.
So like, it took when like people like I didn't even know, like I knew them, but it wasn't like I had their number and thing. We just knew each other, two mutual people. Like I see what you're doing in school. Like I see I see your grades. Like I see what you're doing. It was like, dang, people really be paying attention and support what you're doing. So that was like, whoa, like
I definitely feel like you can make people go harder just off how hard you go.
Yeah.
The people that follow you and stuff like that, they see you going hard.
And then like recently one of my friends, like one of my closest friends, like she like my sister, like we met, she from Memphis. Shout out to my girl Karen. Like she started her own fitness program. Like she stop. Her name Karen. She's a physical trainer. So like she would train me for free. And I would get her gyms on like financial literacy. Like, we was like bouncing off and stuff. Like, and she told me like when she was 18, she's 23 now. She was like, when she started college, she was like a 500 credit score. She literally posted it like last week, like I'm at a 700. And it's because of you. Like you told me all this stuff when we was in school, like you and all that stuff. And I'm like, I was like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like she really listened to me. And it was like, and I was telling all my friends, I was telling everybody, but nobody was really listening to me. So when she showed the proof, like I listened to what you told me to do, I stopped, I was saving, I started spending so much. I started using my credit card, and she was like, I'm at a 700 now. Like that's a, what I'm saying? That's a big deal from 500 to 700. Right. That's, what I'm saying?
200 points.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, whoa, like.
No, I feel like you definitely, bro. Like I don't know if y'all be seeing that picture floating around. It's like Mark Zuckerberg. He up in a room, like crouched down, like, and it was like, bro, he asked people to come, but like nobody was really buying into what he was, talking to. But one person came, and now, dude, Rich, he like Instagram, Facebook. So it's just like, bro, those people that believe in you, bro.
Right.
Hey,
and I was just giving
a
her
lot
free
of
game,
people.
you know
A
what
lot
I'm
of people
saying?
would take the stance though that Mark Zuckerberg stole all of that from somebody.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey,
Ooh, that's
conspiracy
some
juice.
Hey.
No, it's not even a conspiracy though. Like just off some like the dudes that he was coming up with the net. Like it wasn't called Facebook at first. Like it was called something else.
Mhm.
But yeah, social network that they was using,
Mm-hmm.
and like he took the idea.
I know you
Right.
explaining it
I
right.
gotta. It's a
explaining it
movie.
right?
It's a movie
It
called
was
Social Network.
they was in the Ivy League in
Uh-huh.
the schools.
It was
Like
a
was they
group
at
of them.
Harvard?
It might have been. I don't remember exactly what
They
school.
was at one Ivy League school,
Mhm.
and another Ivy League school started this social network.
Mhm.
They just took it, and
And it wasn't.
they had
Facebook
more.
at
They
first.
had the money to
To
do what they
Oh,
needed to
okay,
do
that
with
makes
it.
sense.
And it was
basically.
I wouldn't
it
put
was
it
like
past
Tinder
you.
at first. It was more of a dating website
Yeah.
before it was like social
It
network.
was more like hooking up with other people on other
I ain't gonna
campuses.
Yes.
lie, I
Yeah.
gotta see that movie.
Yeah,
I
I watched
wouldn't
it when
put
I
it
was
past
younger. I think it came out when I was in high school or middle
I
school.
gotta look that up.
It definitely came out when
He
we was
just
in high
told
school.
me
Yeah.
something, nigga.
Right.
Yeah, so like
I-
even Mark Zuckerberg didn't originally come up with Facebook. I mean, it's a lot of white
But
people.
I feel
that
like
steal
that's
their
usually
ideas to
how
get
it
rich,
is.
but-
Like
Mhm.
we damn near all pulling our inspo.
But where'd you take Don Life from though?
I didn't.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
That's what
when
I'm
he
saying,
called,
bro.
He called me
Like,
with my
that's-
best friend. Like, I want to start a business with this T-shirt brand. I'm like, okay.
Like that's your
He
name.
was like, Dawn Life, and I'm like, Dawn Life. I'm like, okay. You know, I'm like, okay.
I ain't gonna
What-
lie. Where I okay.
Like your customs ain't gonna be found on nobody else page, nobody else custom
the way
shoe
you do
site.
Yeah.
You know, like they I'm saying like the ones you did, them yours. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you can't nobody say, oh, bro took that from me. Like how? This don't look. This is mine. This
But
don't
do
look
you-
like
every
yours.
time.
Do you be feeling like people be biting you though?
Bro.
Yeah.
A lot, bro. A lot.
I know.
So-
Like that.
All you can do is respect that though. It kind of make you feel
No,
good. Like
somebody
you're doing something
definitely
worth
did try to
still,
bite
like,
The
Dorian.
okay.
fact, the fact that you can bite it and still like do it correctly, and you
Mhm.
got my applause.
Yeah.
No, it's
Mm.
sometimes when people bite it, like you know who I'm talking about. Somebody literally.
So you seen some
It
people
was an animal and
buy some
everything, and it
designs
looked
and you just be like,
horrible. And I'm like, bro,
Bro, we went to the same.
bro,
I feel like some people will take your guidance and
like you asking for
do that.
tips,
Oh,
and
for
then
sure.
you know, what
yeah,
I'm saying?
they take your tips and just
Use it.
remake what you
Yeah.
did.
Yeah,
type
yeah.
shit.
No, they don't put your. It's okay to ask for tips, but put your own spin on it. Make it something.
My
original.
friend hired an intern a little younger than her. I won't put no names out there because Milwaukee too small. But
Right.
the young lady legit started the exact same business, and I can't even get too detailed because Milwaukee's so small. But legit started the exact same business.
after working
After
or
being an
during
intern.
working.
She still work with her. Still
Wow.
work with her.
Oh wow. Okay.
She
She better than me.
But she had to work out the contract. Like you can't kick her out the contract. You gotta stay that term or whatever.
Okay.
But,
Like,
but she ain't
it was
even
a job. Like
yeah, she ain't
okay.
even hurting by it. She like at the end of the day, I'm glad I was able to inspire somebody. But this like the third time this done happened to her. So we be sitting
We
down
need to
having
do an episode, like,
conversations about like,
Legalizing your business.
but
and all
her
that
like
stuff.
she got all that.
LLCs.
But like at the
Yeah.
end of the day, 1 million people can start a custom shoe business. 1 million people can start a clothing line. We 2 clothing designers right here.
Right.
Somebody can create a Shine Life
We
tomorrow.
literally had Jawan on last week
Yeah.
who made Mac Life, who
Right.
was also starting a
A pop.
clothing brand,
Right.
and his shit popping right now.
Right,
You know what I'm
for
saying? So it's just like it don't really like we talked
then that
about
goes
last
to
week. It
show-
don't really matter if you popping too.
That goes
you
to
know?
show with
The
like
work
that
gonna
picture
show.
that I mentioned last episode, like the bread company. It's a bunch of different bread companies making the same type of bread. It's just you pick who you want to. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter
That's true.
what you do. If people like you, they gonna support you. You know what I'm
And
saying?
you might get 3 different brands. Like when I used to buy bread at the grocery store, like when I lived with my family,
Right.
I'm picking 3 different kinds. Sometimes maybe I want the multigrain from this brand, the white bread from this
Y'all ain't seen
brand.
that.
Casamigos.
Like y'all said last
I'm
week.
getting hot, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Like y'all said
Casamigos. I
last
should wear a
week, you can
t-shirt.
support as many different brands as you want, and the ones who really,
Mm-hmm.
doing it well, those are the ones you're gonna support.
No, for real.
So I got like the universal 5 keys to success. I think we'll agree on 4 of them, but I want to ask you about the last one. So determination, skill, passion, discipline, and then luck is the last one. So do y'all think that it take a little bit of luck, to get to like what our goal of success is and like what we think for success is for ourselves? Like, do you think it's gonna take some luck to get there?
I don't believe.
I would. I don't believe in luck.
I don't believe in
I don't
luck. I
think so.
believe in blessings. Like,
Yeah.
I'm more of a God blessed me to do this. You know what I'm saying? Or
Mm.
it was a blessing from God. I don't believe in
And I
luck.
believe in the hard work that people put
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
It
It
wasn't
don't
by
even-
happenstance. It wasn't. None of us got to where we are today just by
Right.
we woke up and was an overnight success.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
even overnight successes aren't the success story you want. Like you
Right.
want to really be able to put that work in because it's like way more valuable to you once you put in that work. You're gonna have a way bigger appreciation for it once you knew like I work day in and day out to get to this level.
Right.
It's like if you just started your custom shoe designs yesterday and you start popping tomorrow, it's like you ain't really have to work for it. So
Yeah.
it's
So you
like,
probably wanna
like
appreciate it.
you want to
Appreciate
have the
it.
same level of appreciation.
Mhm.
And none of y'all, like, you didn't just wake up and do the work that you're doing right now with young people. Like, you had to literally, like,
Man.
you had there's work that you had to do. I'm sure you're not the same type of teacher that you was back then that you are now. Like to get to where you are today took some work.
Right.
And you appreciate that way more when you know that you was really grinding for that.
I was gonna say because my I never answered you. Like my defining moment to show me like what I'm supposed to be doing was like probably the darkest spot of my life.
I feel like
You know what I'm
mistakes
saying? It
help
was a
you.
dark-
Like them lessons that you learn when you down in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? Down in the trenches.
Exactly.
I feel like them are the defining moments that build character. Like if you can lose $1 million, you gonna learn how to not do it again. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like the
And my
stuff.
shit ain't had nothing to do with money. Like it was just pure.
No, not
like,
even money. That was an example.
No,
but
like I feel you, but I'm just like the feeling of whatever it is, like that's keeping you, you know what I'm saying, confined or down.
Did y'all think for everybody, like where y'all are right now today, like because somebody had told you like 10 years ago,
no.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought I was gonna be in the league or something.
Man.
Talk about that a little bit, Ju. Because for like as long as I've known you, I kind of met you in between, like after football, during like going into teaching, like in that space where you transitioning from that kind of idea of this is the career path I'm gonna take to deciding. Because I don't think you settled for where you are right now. I think that this is something you genuinely enjoy. Like what was that transition like for you to accept like who we think we supposed to be, not always who we gonna end up being?
That's a great question. Like that transition right there, like was super tough because like I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think I was gonna go to the league. That honestly was never a goal. Like I always wanted to have a great college football career. That was my goal. I wanted to get my degree. And I didn't know what I wanted to do. I thought I wanted to go into psychology or do something like that. I was wrong. I took my first psych class, like barely. I had to bribe my teacher with like football game tickets just to pass. Like I couldn't. It was crazy. I'm like, yeah, psych not gonna be my major no more. So, like transitioning, like I feel like football was like taken away. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't taking other aspects of my life serious enough. So I think like God did that for a reason. So like that transitional period was tough for me. Like it was like this is what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing right now, and I was putting my eggs all in one basket. So I was forced to figure everything else out. I didn't have in mind like you great working with kids naturally, like this is what you're supposed to do. I really had to like figure it out. I didn't know. I was lost. I didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? I moved back home after being like down south away for school playing football. It was a long period. I ended up working with some kids in the high school, like some like severely disabled special ed kids. And I loved it. Like I loved it like to the point like I'll come volunteer and do this. You know what I'm saying? So like that, that kind of like gave me inclination. Like I'm supposed to be doing this in some aspect. So like let me hone in on it. So then I just kind of tapped in. I'm like, I think literature is important. I think not enough black kids where I grew up, and black kids that I know how to read and comprehend like they should. So I want to be an English teacher. So I figured that out. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like I just kept building on it. working in schools and working in positions where I'm working with kids. I
Right.
volunteer my time working with kids. I coach football, basketball, you know what I'm saying? So like I just tried to dive into what I knew I was naturally good at, and that's kind of how I figured it out.
I definitely didn't. Financial literacy was not even. I didn't even know what that was. Like I could literally 8th grade. We had like a poster, like 8th grade graduation. Like what you want to do when you want to grow. I wanted to be an FBI. I love Criminal Minds. Like I used to watch that as a kid. Like Law and Order. Something. I want to be a forensic. Yeah, I wanted to be a forensic investigator. And then when you get to high school, they like, oh, science is all that science. I'm like, I hate science. Like, oh no, I hate science. And then my dad, he put me in Upper Bound program, which is like an enrichment program for kids. And I'm thankful for it now, but at the time I hated it. And we would always have like math and English classes. And it was only when, it was preparing us for college, when the financial people talking about, grants and scholarships and financial this. It was only when they came where I was like, oh my God, like I never knew, I didn't know how I was paying for college. My grades were decent, but it wasn't like, oh, I got a full ride anywhere, and I got my scholarship off of family connection, a network connection. You know what I'm saying? A network, like somebody I knew was like, oh, you here for a college fair? Go talk to him. He gonna help you out. I walked out, coming to skip school, walked out with a scholarship just off because I see my cousin. He passed away. Rest in peace to my cousin. But he was like, go talk to him. You know what I'm saying? So it was only when I was talking to people about scholarships and financial aid, because I'm like, my mom and my daddy can't afford college, so I gotta, college is my only way out. I can't do hair, can't do nails, I'm like, I gotta go to school. And it was only when I was in them classes and them enrichment programs for financial literacy where I was like, dang, nobody taught me this. And not by, they didn't know. My family, we nobody know. The Black community are not really educated on credit and scholarships and student loans and how that whole process works. So I kind of took that in like, I don't think I want to be a doctor. Passed out when I went to go shadow a doctor. So I knew that was like, no. So I feel like God put you in positions where you got to like take heed to what's going on and what you really are listening to, what you really like, and take note of that.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't know. Like I was one of them kids that was kind of like focused on high school. Like I did good in middle school, elementary school, but once I got to high school, I got to kind of focus on the wrong things. Kind of had to grow up. That's
normal. That's normal nigga stuff.
We all kind of like situations.
The girls be focused on high school.
I was semi-focused.
I was focused on Fridays basketball.
You was focused enough to get a scholarship.
I was focused enough because my daddy was on my ass. Okay,
but that's what like my parents was on my ass, but I was out here like it didn't even really matter.
Boys can get away with more stuff.
I don't even think it's a gender
no,
thing.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like I seen the differences. Like even having a little sister. Like
y'all can get away with way more stuff.
See, I don't think it's a gender thing because I wasn't focused at all.
Yeah,
it just depends on who you. And I had a program, and they would like I had to go there after school, so it was like I had no excuse. You know what I'm saying?
It could be circumstances.
Because I had a circumstance where I had tutors to help me with homework and all. So it was like if you fail and your grades bad, what you doing there? You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no excuse. So.
I was bringing home 0-point GPAs.
What? And it's so crazy.
I dropped out of school and everything. Nobody had think.
Bro, I done been there. Bro, I done been there. So that's what I'm saying, bro.
That's why I say in your education and like all that stuff, you will never know a person's story. Like that's why you don't judge book by their cover because they would think you might need a perfect, all that stuff.
I thought she was a 4.0 student.
I wish I used to be hating on the students with 4.0. How do y'all do that, man?
Yeah. And I wasn't a 4.0 student. I think I graduated with like a 3.0.
I was on the honor roll.
The crazy thing is I never hated on the kids that was smart because I was like, I'm smarter than y'all. I used to be like, I'm smarter than y'all.
That's really what it
But I was hella lazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I was like me knowing I'm smarter than y'all was enough.
Like people in my college
book smart, bro.
Like my college people.
Because I was like, yeah, you might be good at them books, but I can go out here.
No. And that's what I feel like that's what it was for me too, bro. Like I was more worried about my life outside of school.
Yeah.
Bro. Like I don't know, like
my college.
I think that's what drew me into being in education. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because like it's so many of our kids that's how they not really because that's how they want to think, but they got so much other shit going
Going
on.
on.
You know what I'm saying?
They
That
can't really
I want to at
focus.
least make this school part
And I was
easy
working,
for
you know what I'm saying? Some students, they had to work and help
No,
with their
that, bro,
family.
you know that was me.
Yeah.
I was the friend that had every job in high school. Like,
Man,
literally.
he was like, "Oh yeah, I started this." I'm like,
Bro,
"Dang, girl."
that
Trying
to
to
be
get
honest,
it.
I didn't know what I was gonna do, bro, because I
Mhm.
know that I wasn't really focused in school,
Yeah.
and like as far as like support
Mm-hmm.
outside of school, I didn't really get into after school activities because
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
from a jit, bro, I didn't have like nobody able to
Mhm.
come
Yeah.
to that type of stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like I just wasn't focused on that. And then when it was time for me to get some money, I wanted shoes, all that stuff.
I'm trying to
That's
get to
what
the
I
chick.
was focused on, bro. So I was just
I
bouncing
did
job to job. So all I knew I was gonna do, I was gonna be on my.
I
music.
did a complete 360. Like
I
I
didn't-
can talk about college and how I'm good now. High school, I didn't start taking because I feel like the scholarship. You know, when you got stuff that you gotta do, it was
Yeah.
like, okay, I gotta keep this because that's how I'm gonna survive. And I went from a 3.0 making A's, B's, D's, and C's to making all straight A's. Like when it comes to school now, I don't play. I don't play.
What about you, Greg?
Yeah.
How they
It's
started
just
off for you?
360.
Man, in school for me, I wasn't even in the books. I'm not gonna lie to
Yeah.
you. I wasn't in the books at all. I just felt like I was more intelligent than a lot of people.
Yeah.
I just
Y'all
didn't
can
want to
relate.
put in the work.
Yeah.
apply
Bro.
yourself.
Bro.
But I was smart enough to
But I
like
feel like
manipulate
to
a few
get
teachers.
through, yeah.
yeah.
I
learned how to
use the
finesse.
charm.
You learn how to
Yeah.
finesse.
You ain't a bad kid. You can use your charm a little bit. You know
If you
what I'm
plug
saying?
in with the teacher, it don't matter what you do, you gonna be straight. Like,
You gonna learn how to finesse.
and that worked
Bro.
even better in school.
So
Do y'all feel like? I feel like 9 times out of 10, bro. Like if they was more invested into like what your actual talents and shit is,
Mhm. I feel
it'll
like
be different.
they need
bro.
to bring back like homemaking.
Because, like,
but they
you
do
a
It's-
artist,
great.
bro.
nah, I'm gonna let y'all know real quick though. Like it is what you saying, and they took a lot of
stuff that
like things that build kids' interest, and they still trying to take it out. They trying to get art out of schools. They trying to get gym out of schools.
mhm.
They trying to make everything
Just books.
technology. So like I was working with a kid today, fam, and the teacher is talking probably for like 15 minutes, and like he couldn't take notes. He in 6th grade, but he couldn't just take notes on the equation. She writing on the board. She writing them down, so you just copying them. But he can't keep up quick enough writing
Mhm.
because he hasn't written enough.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So they like taking skills away, and I don't think parents even realize that like it's
crippling them.
Yeah, it's certain stuff you gotta teach at home now. Like it's certain stuff you gotta instill in your kids at the crib because.
But
like,
then
it's just
again,
not
it's some
happening.
parents who work all the time. They got to provide, so you got to take into account. Some parents want to, but if they do, they ain't gonna have the lights on. Or, you know what I'm saying? So it's I feel like it comes with society too, and like the cost of living. It's a lot of stuff that plays into education. That's a whole.
That's a whole nother story.
My daddy a teacher, so I know. Yeah, he be telling me all the time.
So Greg, real quick,
we gotta wrap it up.
What we got coming with the customs? You got a clothing line dropping. What's next? Get in and also plug us. Yeah, plug us with the social media. You know what I'm saying? All the pages. We need all the info.
You can add me on Facebook at Gregory Hamilton. Instagram at savage_customs, 2 underscores at the end, and it's a Z instead of an S in customs, please.
Savage Customs.
Savage Customs
with a Z.
And tell them about your brand, bro. Because I think I had seen what you was talking about, like how your brand came about. Like it was like Savage. What is it?
The Savage Who Laughs.
Yeah, Savage Who Laughs. And I think you was saying you was talking about like how it was like a mixture of moms and pop stuff or something like that.
So like with the Savage Who Laughs, it's like if you're familiar with the story of the Batman Who Laughs, it was Bruce Wayne never wanted to kill Joker, but eventually the Joker pushed him far enough to kill him. So when he snapped his neck, it's like a gas that released and turned Batman into a Jokerized version of himself. So it's just as smart as Batman, but just as crazy as Joker. She gonna hate me for it, but mom's, she crazy, bro. I love her to death, but she crazy. My pops, he like one of the smartest people I ever met. Like he crazy, like genius. And that's pretty much how I felt as my pops was Bruce Wayne and my mom's was the Joker, which combined and made the Savage Who Laughs.
Yeah, see, everybody don't got a backstory. Like that.
Exactly. They just taking the name.
Everybody, some people just be coming up with this shit on the rip and throwing it on the shirt, man. Like,
this is a real brand. And right now, it's crazy because like the brand that he just explained, like you see that coming in the clothes with the hoodie logo. You got your dreads. It's already branded in, but then you got the big Joker smile, but it's not copying the Batman Joker smile.
Exactly.
It's a different one. You know, check Savage, man. Y'all better check Savage Customs out, man. Come on now.
Appreciate it, man.
This man going crazy right here in Milwaukee, in our city.
Right, not too far from where we at.
So how what's like the how can we reach you? How do you take orders? Do you drop collections
Or
as far as your clothing brand? I know with the shoes is like by order, right?
pre-orders and stuff, right?
With the shoes is mostly pre-orders.
Mhm.
I do online, but as soon as I post it online, it's already sold out. So when I get to Facebook and stuff, those is where I take my local orders, and you can just inbox me there. I'm not gonna lie, if I see it, I'm gonna get to you right away. But
so they might have to hit you up one or twice. Okay.
It's a lot of traffic.
They coming in order. Like you trying to get to them as you get to them.
And leave a post on his page. Like,
Well, since you right here, I hit you up about some customs a while back.
I knew somebody was gonna say
Milwaukee, I don't know if you remember, it was the Milwaukee skyline. Yeah, somebody had made some on Twitter, but she was like out of state. So I was like, let me hit up our local custom kit guy.
If you still need it, I could definitely make that happen.
All right, bet. I'm gonna hit you up maybe 2 or 3 times just
I
in
got
case
you.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
hear
give you my
back.
personal number. Don't worry about
All
it.
right, bet.
hey man, thank you for coming, bro.
Oh, anytime. I appreciate y'all for having me, man. I was following, both of y'all. I've been following y'all since y'all started. Like when she did her first pop-up shop, I was already sharing it. I'm tagging people.
It's a question I forgot.
I appreciate you.
I meant to ask this earlier. Collabs. Have you done any collabs with any other brands or like any other people in Milwaukee yet?
Not just yet, but I got some stuff in the works.
You got some stuff in the works that's coming? Okay,
Nice,
okay.
nice.
Oh yeah, you too. I'm coming.
See, look, that's 2 weeks in a row. We got Don Life got the heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? It's coming back with the collabs. Man, Greg, thank you for stopping in, sharing the info, sharing some tips on how to be successful.
Oh, anytime. Appreciate y'all for having me.
Success don't happen overnight, so keep going.
That's right.
Definitely.
Keep going.
And don't let nobody else define your success. You find that happiness or find that success.
Y'all better
for yourself.
drop them gems.
Oh, wait, look.
Don't let them see the
like it's ready already.
Oh yeah,
God, that's crazy.
I stay ahead of the game.
Y'all can't see that, but you
just
know,
it look good.
Just know Greg came to the pod
on that shit.
Ready. On that.
Ready.
And this is exactly what Milwaukee needs, and this is exactly what the Wolfpack is gonna give y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We love y'all, and we out. We'll see y'all niggas next week.
All right. Yeah. Wait, we might be still here. Where Tone at?
Oh, do I have to do it?
You gonna exit
Do you?
so you can get us
Hey, we can do a toast while we still
Should I
here.
start pressing buttons?
Hey, and Casamigos.
We need sponsorships.
Yeah, big shout out to
There
Casamigos.
you go, Tone. How
Oh, we earned your viewership.
Okay,
Huh?
that's important.
Dang. Y'all hear that?